Yeah, I did not. I felt pretty good about the direction we've been going here the last 3 weeks or so, and some of the things we've been doing in practice and in games. I did not feel good about Saturday night at Arizona State. That was kind of that wasn't a characteristic of who we've been and how we've been approaching it. So I thought bouncing back tonight, I was really pleased with our guys. It's just kind of one of those weeks. It just feels like we've had just so many guys going through medical things or sickness things. So, Sincere Harris took a couple IVs and he was so sick he couldn't do it. Tyler's knee is just day to day. He's just absolutely grinding it out, man. Like, he's not healthy. He's not 100%. And he couldn't go in the second half, but we didn't know if he'd be able to go tonight. Gosh, we keep going down the list, right? I mean, Kerr's shoulder, he didn't practice yesterday. I didn't know if he'd go. He kind of gutted it out. And who am I forgetting? I mean, there's more to it, right? Like, it's just and then Sean.
Yeah. Sean.
I mean, Sean, which he's had such great practices and starting to figure it out. I'm like heartbroken for him. So there's a lot of crap going on. And I say all that because tonight was a character win. Like, we just kind of gutted it out without having all the personnel and all the stuff that you want to have. And so I'm really proud of the guys that played and the guys that were able to gut it out tonight. I thought that was a really important win for our team.
To go further into that, you have a long road trip that gets even longer with weather. What's it say about your guys that the road trip didn't go how you wanted? You get stuck out there for, an extra 36, 48 hours, and they still are able to come back here, gather themselves, and get a big win.
These guys handled it like professionals. Nobody pouted. And we were hurt about how we played Saturday night. I mean, not just me, like our team. Like, it was, I could tell after the game. We met in the hotel. They weren't pleased about how they played. And then to find out you can't get back home, we'd been out there for a while. They handled it like professionals. We actually got a practice in Monday morning before we flew back. It was less than ideal scenario, and so I appreciate you recognize it because I'm really proud of how this group handled it. This group's been so resilient. The togetherness has been there. The want to has been there. That's stuff you're proud of. Now, we haven't gotten every result we've wanted. There's no doubt about that. But the way they're handling it, I think if people really knew the ins and outs of the way these guys handle it and go about it, they'd be very proud of the way they represent Cincinnati.
You knew this day was going to come. How strange was it to see Dan out there in another uniform, and what did you say to him after the game?
Guys, I said this on the radio. I'll say it to you guys, but it'll never sit right with me that Dan Skillings and Josh Reed don't finish their careers here. They're here for 3 years. They love being here. They were such important parts of our program. They grew up here. It'll never sit right with me that they didn't finish here, but I don't blame them at all. I blame all the dumb crap we've done in college basketball. That's the adults. It's the adults' fault. I don't blame those kids at all, but it's so stupid, and it'll hopefully get fixed one day. But all the crap, all the people that pull at these guys, and they can leave every year, and all it's so stupid. And those two guys, it'll never sit right that they didn't finish. I love both of them, and yeah, I don't want to see Dan in the Baylor jersey and playing against him because I love him to death. I care about him, but I want to say I don't blame him. I'm pulling for him. Other than tonight, I'm pulling for him. I follow his games. I follow Josh's games. So yeah, good to see him. I told him I didn't want him to come in here and get 30, and when Baba went for his first shot fake, I was pissed, and he got the layup, But it's good to see him, and you guys know this. Like, I care deeply about Dan and our former players, and I want him to be successful unless he's playing against the Bearcats.
Moustapha, what's been the key to your shooting touch, just obviously growing and growing throughout this season?
Just be working on it. Just be in the gym working on it, with the managers. They be doing a great job helping us. So I think just be working on it and just be trusting myself. And then when the right time comes, whenever my teammate found me, I would just let it go.
Coach, not to get too into the weeds of it, but you've kind of mentioned being disappointed in the adults and how the decisions that they've made. Do you foresee, a college basketball or college sports where we're seeing guys at the same school for 3 to 4 years in the near future? Or is that just kind of...
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to it. Won't be the same as it was before, but we'll get to multi-year contracts and buyouts the same way you see coaches at the same school for prolonged years. It'll be the same. But it's just been like any industry that gets derailed, it's a process to get there. But I don't blame these kids. I think it says more about Dan and Josh that they stayed here for 3 years during all this crap than that they didn't finish. It just will never sit right with me because, that's the old way. You build it with guys, and you wanted to see them become seniors and that kind of thing. But again, I do not blame them. I pull for them. I follow their games. I just don't want to play against them and that type of thing.
Wes, Sean, on crutches tonight, is that a day-to-day thing, week-to-week? Is there any firm update there?
Yeah, I'm heartbroken on that one. I was just so pleased with the direction he was. I know Arizona State game didn't go his way, but he was starting to figure out some of the winning stuff, right? I mean, the talent's there. Everybody knows that. But he was starting to figure out some of that stuff and really focused on it in practice. I think he's going to be out for some time, but I don't have a timetable.
Wes, Scott Drew came in here moments ago, and he said when the team arrived, Baylor arrived this afternoon, Jizzle James went out there, had a full sweat workout, and when they arrived to the arena, he has the performance he has tonight, 5 of 6 from behind the arc. What does that say about Jizzle and the performance and the hard work he's done to get back to where he is today?
Yeah, he's really improved the shot. I think his first couple games back playing, I think that was obvious. He hasn't shot it as well recently, but he did shoot it well tonight, and that doesn't surprise me. His work ethic, just like these guys that are sitting beside me and others, I mean, his work ethic is admirable, and he's kind of back at his thing, working on his game. So, yeah, I think he'll continue to shoot it better and better. And, I thought he played really well tonight other than that dang turnover out front when he threw it away late in the game for the pick six when he was trying to get it to Baba. And so that'll be the point guard teaching clip tomorrow, but I thought he played a really nice game.
Bobby, you're playing a lot of minutes here lately. Do you like staying out there? It was 37 minutes tonight, and just do you like all the minutes? And talk about your free throw shooting. It seems to have really improved.
I feel like any hooper in the world wants to be on the court as much as possible. So I'm very grateful, and I just want to be out there as most as possible. And then the free throws, same as Moo. Like, we just stay in the gym working out, and then you just got to trust your work.
Baba, you had a double-double, 18 and 17. You more proud of the 18 or the 17 tonight?
Probably the 17. I feel like rebounding, especially offensively, is just a conscious decision, and it's just effort. So I feel like I just got to stay in that direction and try to help my team win.
Wes, what was the key to getting Jizzle those open looks tonight? And obviously his 5-3 is a huge factor in this 10-point win.
I thought coaching against Scott is and I've learned this the last couple of years, like it's difficult to know what they're going to do defensively. I mean, we're playing down there, I think our first time playing Baylor in the league a couple of years back, and we got a nice 2 or 3 possession lead late in the second half, 8-10 minutes left, and he switches to zone. He hadn't played zone in months, if he had it all that year, and they play zone the rest of the way, and we just weren't ready. And so they haven't played. They've played some zone this year for sure, but they've been playing primarily man. So we spent more time preparing for his man defense, but we did address the zone. We did a segment of zone yesterday. We talked about what we were going to do if they go zone. I thought the guys did a really nice job of executing that when it wasn't the biggest part of our preparation. And then I thought, we found some seams early. We moved the ball well, and so guys got good looks. So whether it was Jizzle, I think he made one. I thought Kerr and JC got great looks. I know they didn't make them. Day knocked one down. So we got good looks because they executed the game plan pretty well.
You've also had so many changes with injuries and stuff like that. Did you kind of expect Baba to be as high volume or aggressive as a scorer as he's been, and how have you kind of seen him?
Yeah, I walked in tonight and checked on Buck and not playing and Sean, and I just kind of went, hell, I've had a lot of practice at how to deal with this. I'm getting good at this. Next man up and let's play. Like we've dealt with so much of that junk. But no, I don't think we did anything going, you got to be more aggressive to any one player. We talked about how we collectively are going to overcome all the stuff we're dealing with, and everybody's just going to be their best self, and we're going to play 40 minutes and stay together. And I thought all these guys did this, but Baba knows this. I don't care if we got 35 guys that can play that are ready to go. I still want him to be aggressive and get 17 rebounds, so that wasn't any different.
Coach, when you look down at the stat sheet tonight, Cameron Carr, 1 of 11, just 4 points on the game. His season low entering tonight was 13. What did you guys do defensively that kind of caused those troubles for him?
Well, he was a big part of our preparation. Boy, he's impressive running off a screen shooting on tape, and then he's really good off the right hand and in transition. So I thought the zone helped us, cover the three-point line tonight. And he got a couple nice looks that he missed, in fairness to him. But I thought we covered him well in the zone. I thought that was effective. And then I thought we tried to make him score over the top late when he was getting downhill. But he's a really, 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 really special player in our league. And so, you're pleased with the job that we did tonight.
Going into this next one, how important was it to get the guards going for you again? Jizzle, obviously, and Dede had 6 rebounds, I think, and 4 assists in addition to the 8. And Tillery looks like he's matured quite a bit.
Yeah, we think that we have a really nice group of guards. We haven't really ever had them all healthy and humming at the same time. But, last week with, Dede and Jizzle, that was out of character. I knew they'd both respond. Keyshawn's really emerging like we thought he could as a freshman guard. He's become very important, and getting Kerr back as healthy as we can is important as well, and getting Buck back healthy. So I think if we get everybody healthy and playing, we have a really nice group of guards on this team.
Coach, there have been some games this month that have slipped away in the second half or gotten uncomfortable late in the game. To be able to close this one out the way you did, how encouraging is that for you, and what allowed you all to do that late in this one?
Yeah, we've been working really hard at closing games out. You can hear the guys talking about it, walking out into the floor together, talking about it in timeouts, and we've worked on it in practice. We've tried to work on it in film sessions, and they're getting better and better at that. There's some examples of closing them out with success here in the last couple weeks. Colorado, Iowa State, tonight against Baylor. So there's some good examples. And there's some examples like UCF where we did some of the things you got to do to close it out and scoring late, but maybe you didn't get the key stop. So I think we're continuing to improve. Again, Saturday night was frustrating for us, but outside of that, the last 3 weeks, this group's been heading in the right direction.